This year's Jamhuri Day, marking Kenya's 39th independence anniversary celebrations, was meant to be a unique one, what with Kenya's long-serving President Daniel Arap Moi addressing his last National Day. And after 24 years at the helm, President Moi, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, witnessed the last National Day military parade in that capacity. The Kenya Air Force put up a splendid show befitting the occasion. After the flypast came the choirs and entertainment as the tight program continued. Musalia Mudavadi marked his first National Day as the country's Vice President and thanked President Moi for having steered the nation for the last 24 years.
Tunasema asante kwa amani ambayo imedumu katika Kenya.
And when President Moi took to the podium, he revisited his 24 years rule, highlighting his successes and reminding Kenyans that the day had been set aside to celebrate our independence and not for politicking. The head of state pointed out that the international media had always projected a negative image of Africa and challenged Kenyans to prove them wrong by ensuring peaceful elections.
The international news media will indeed be waiting to report chaos in Kenya. It will give us great pleasure once again to prove them wrong.
President Moi pledged to hand over power to the next elected Kenyan president.
Nilisema mwaka wa 98 kwamba nitajiuzulu ama nitastaafu kipindi hiki cha miaka 5 ikisha. Wengine hawakuamini kwa sababu wanaamini power katika kontinenti la Afrika kwamba kuna mtu anaweza kuwacha power ya urais.
In an emotional address, the head of state took a conciliatory approach when he said he had forgiven those who had wronged him while asking to be forgiven if he had in any way wronged anyone.
Kama yuko mtu ametukana mimi namsamehe. Na kama yuko mtu ambaye nimesema chochote ambaye kimeumiza roho yake unisamehe.
The president pledged to support the incoming administration but was quick to point out that he will not try to influence whoever will take over the ruling of the country. In his speech, the president called on Kenyans to shun corruption by refusing to give or accept bribes. He pledged to involve himself more vigorously in the fight against the HIV/AIDS pandemic and in highlighting the plight of AIDS orphans. He said that whoever succeeds him will have the challenges of poverty, reinstilling investor confidence and fighting corruption. He urged the international community to help Africa, especially through the NEPAD initiative. Daniel Arap Moi, born in Sacho in 1924, bid farewell to his last Jamhuri Day gathering after 24 years at the helm. Abdi Osman, Nation TV, Nyayo Stadium.
For many Kenyans who turned up at the Nyayo Stadium for the Jamhuri Day celebrations, their main interest was on this man, Daniel Arap Moi, the one man they have all come to associate the presidency with. As he presided over his last National Day as head of state, President Moi must have read the thoughts of many Kenyans.
Many people have constantly asked me what I plan to do with what is often termed my tremendous energy. Well, I will tell you now what I plan to occupy.
The president acknowledged that there were certain things he felt strongly about and which deserved his full attention even in retirement.
I intend to concentrate my efforts in conflict resolution in the Horn of Africa and Eastern Africa.
And as he prepares to hand over power to his successor in a few weeks' time, the president outlined what he thought should be the priority for the next government.
The issue of poverty must be tackled with renewed energy. The economy must be returned to the path of vigorous growth. The confidence of the investor community must be restored.
The president said the greatest challenge facing Kenya was the need to ensure democracy prevails in the general election. And in what seemed to be his farewell message to local politicians, the president urged them to embrace politics of principles.
Haiwezekani kiongozi kuruka hapa, kesho anaruka hapa, kesho anaruka hapa. Iwe unaamini kwamba naingia chama cha KANU kwa sababu gani?
Turning his attention to the recently revived East African community, the president appealed to his successor to support the initiative and outlined his vision for the community.
I can foresee the day when we will form a true federation, united not only by ties of language and culture, but by common political and economic interests.
Looking back to his 24 years in power, the president acknowledged that although the country had achieved much progress, the going had not always been easy.
We have traveled a long road together. We have experienced fundamental changes in the structure of our society. Our journey together has not always been easy.
The president praised the disciplined forces for their exemplary peacekeeping role in conflict areas. He, however, urged increased vigilance in the wake of the recent terrorist attacks. Peter Opondo for The Nation, Nairobi.